How often do you get excited about figure skating?
I like figure skating, so I would say every Winter Olympics I get excited about it.
So roughly once every 4 years.
Yeah, I wish I hadn't started by being like, I like it. Here's proof I barely watch it.
Downhill, you're like, once every 12 years.
Yeah, take some off.
Do you think you would get more regularly excited about figure skating if they did more backflips?
Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, I think the main reason I like figure skating is remembering being a little kid watching it with my parents and being like, when's the backflip coming? Because there was a guy, right, who could do a backflip. Scott or something.
No, but we'll get to something adjacent to what you are not remembering, but
Okay.
I like now I get to be the bearer of bad news for something that I got you excited about, because there will never be backflips in figure skating because it is expressly illegal.
Why'd you set me up like that?
Well, I thought it would be fun.
Yeah. Is this
We'll
fun?
see.
Are you having fun watching me be sad?
I'm having a blast, and I maybe there'll be some really cool animations over this.
Okay.
So I looked in the International Skating Union's rulebook, the ISU, and it's maybe the most basic rule we've ever done, because there's just a part where it just says illegal movements are somersault type jumps.
Okay, that was going to be my first question. What about front flips? Sorry to interrupt. So, backflip is considered somersault?
Yes. So this rule became a rule in 1976, and there is exactly one instance where someone performed a backflip and it was not illegal. In 1976, there's this guy, Terry Kubika, 19-year-old American going to the games in Innsbruck, Austria. He kind of became famous for having the backflip in his routine. He had done it at the US Nationals in 1975, and it actually helped him finish second, which I think then helped make it easier for him to make the Olympic team. So I'm not saying the backflip is what got him to the Winter Olympics, but
It should have gotten him there. That's amazing. Not only are you exposing your head to ice,
sure.
but there's knives on your feet.
Yep.
It's just like, danger spiral coming
No
in.
So he's selected to go to the Winter Games, and people ask him, like, hey, that thing you're famous for, are you going to do it there? And he gives a quote that feels like a gift to weird rules. As far as I know, it's legal, so I'll be doing it until someone tells me I can't.
I like his style.
Yeah, there are some cases where like that hubris thing gets people in trouble, but in our circumstances, he makes it to Austria, does his routine, does a backflip. People are talking about it, like, this is Terry's thing, it's Terry backflip. And it's part of a routine that helps get him from 10th place to 7th. So he doesn't medal, but there's still...
They had to admit it was cool as hell.
Right, vis-a-vis a numerical score to say, these are your cool points.
I can't believe he only got 7th. Did anyone else risk their lives to that extent?
One guy skated with swords.
Okay. He's doing a jump with a sword.
That is still legal. While when Terry busted it out in Austria, there was not a rule forbidding it to be done. The very next day, people were calling it illegal.
Wow, jealous.
Right. Like, there were some people that were like, yeah, that was dope. The fans really liked it. And other people were like, no, that move is illegal because he landed on 2 feet. And if you're ice skating, everything should be landed on 1 foot because there's grace and beauty and dignity.
Unbelievable. 1 foot, that's an artist. Like, what I learned about figure skating from the Tonya Harding movie is that there's a lot of pomp that is unnecessary and doesn't help. And I think this is just another example of that.
Oh, yeah. Dude who complained is literally like, it's an art form. And like, yes, it's beautiful to watch and mesmerizing, but like, it's a sport.
If someone can do a new cool thing, that's part of it.
100%. But yeah, like 2-3 months later, they updated the rule book and the ISU said, no more somersault type jumps. The other funny aspect of it is like these illegal movements, you just get 2 points deducted from you. So it's not like kick him out or anything like that.
Oh,
so.
yeah. It's just like a pure show-off move now. It will hurt you, but people in the crowd are gonna like you more.
Right. There wasn't a ton of coverage when this rule went into place to talk about, like, here's why the ISU is adopting this stance.
Right.
The most agreed upon argument for the rule is you're often going to land on 2 feet. It will look a little janky.
It looks cool in gymnastics. And they love art. They probably think they're above gymnastics, don't they?
They very, very vocally are like, this is not gymnastics. they expressly draw a line and say, we are not those plebes doing that.
Yeah, that's different. We don't use bars. Like cavemen.
And then there also are some people in the camp of just like, well, yeah, it's good to ban it because it is dangerous, to your earlier point of it being kind of a death spiral.
But that's part of the appeal. Like, a lot of it's really dangerous. We can't start banning things in the Olympics because they're dangerous, especially the Winter Olympics.
Yeah, we do give some of the athletes a gun as part of it.
Yeah, and how about ski jumps? It's like we put you on slippery shoes and shove you down a steep hill. I think what I really like about it being just like a 2-point deduction is like it already felt very rebellious to do, and now they're just reinforcing that. It's like, look at me flaunt the rules, take a little deduction, I don't care.
Using that logic, I think that makes Surya Bonali one of the biggest badasses ever, because in 1998 she at the Winter Games busted out a backflip.
Hey!
And said, fuck y'all, I'm doing this, it's gonna be dope. And she landed it on one skate.
Oh, so now what's wrong with it?
Eat shit, judges.
Wow.
Eat shit, Terry.
Eat shit. And then she lit a cigarette and did a hockey stop and sprayed ice all over the judges.
This was her final Winter Games, and she was at a point where she was just like, oh, I'm not going to medal. I can't come back from this, so I'm going to do a little fan service. Everyone agrees that it's badass except for the judges. And I'm going to do it coming off of an Achilles injury.
Okay, that's too much. Yeah.
Yep.
Now I almost don't want her to do it. I'm too worried.
It was graceful, and it looked awesome, and she finished her routine and took her deduction and went home. And we can't show any of this because it's the Winter Games and footage is hard, but I'll put a link in the description if you want to see it.
Or you can imagine it. It's impossible to imagine. It's too cool. So what was I thinking of? Someone named Scott did a backflip in the Olympics. What was that? All right. I'll look it up. Scott Hamilton. Hamilton takes the dare, backflip and all. Probably not at the Olympics. I wonder how my newfound disrespect for figure skating rules and regulations and enforcers will affect my viewing experience this winter.
I mean, the judging aspect of figure skating is always kind of just generally murky.
Right, that's true. It's like, I thought everything they did was pretty cool unless they fell down.
Hearing the objections to the backflip, it does feel like to fully appreciate figure skating, you have to be a bit snooty.
Right, so now it feels like they're judging me a little bit. It's like, oh, that dullard wants to see a flip and clap her hands.
Oh, right. If you told them, like, I too am into your sport, they would be like, oh.
Yeah, oh.
That's cute.
Yeah.
It's great because at this point, like, you know, anybody who actually appreciates figure skating hasn't made it this far in the video. Hey, thanks for watching. We've got plenty more weird rules, so if you want to keep watching those, we've got you covered. Here's one of my favorites about the legendary toeless kicker Tom Dempsey. Subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, and while you're at it, drink lots of water.